Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Maganda po ang topic na naman natin ngayon kasi tungkol ito sa facial hyperpigmentation. Una, hindi lahat ng pangingitim sa mukha ay melasma or pecas. Napakarami pong mga facial hyperpigmentation na hindi po talaga pecas. Meron tayong tinatawag na post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Ito ay isang uri ng hyperpigmentation na kapag kunyari ikaw ay may pinahid sa mukha at namula, nangate, na-irritate, pwede ka magkaroon talaga ng pangingitim. Kasi after a certain inflammation of the skin, the usual response of the skin is to heal and then create pigmentation. The second one is drug-induced hyperpigmentation. Like for example, yung mga leprosy patients na may ng clofazimine. Ang clofazimine kasi isang uri ng gamot na nagde-deposit sa fatty tissues ng ating balat. No? Kaya pagka sa umpisa, hindi pa siya kaagad makikita. Pero pag matagal-tagal mo nang iniinom yung clofazimine, nangingitim na rin yung mukha mo. So this is the so-called drug-induced hyperpigmentation or clofazimine-induced hyperpigmentation. This could also happen in certain other drugs like minocycline, amiodarone, tetracycline, but ang tetracycline more of the teeth and gums, no? Not so much on the skin pala. So minocycline yung more common sa skin. Tapos meron din tayong in fact even minoxidil, no? Yung mga hair cosmetics natin pwede rin mag-induce ng drug-induced hyperpigmentation. Tapos meron din tayong tinatawag na maturational hyperpigmentation. This is an idiopathic, meaning hindi natin alam kung saan ang gagaling. Acquired siya, so idiopathic facial melanosis. Usually it occurs in the middle age and in those people with yung mga African, yung mga dark colored skin, no? At ito ay usually adult onset, no? Related to obesity, at it can also be related to the metabolic syndrome. Yung metabolic syndrome, yung mga diabetes, hypertension, tapos yung mga may cardiac problem, yun. It could also be found in areas with a lot of pressure. Kunyari, lagi ka natutulog na nakaganyan, nakadilang noo mo, you could also develop hyperpigmentation here. It can also be found in traumatic site of injuries, no? Kunyari, na bumbuka, na diinan, no? Basta may pressure, anything with pressure, at saka with trauma, you could see maturational hyperpigmentation. Meron pa tayong isang tinatawag na Riehl's melanosis. Riehl's melanosis has other names, no? Like pigment contact dermatitis, pigment cosmetic dermatitis. Usually, this is due to chronic exposure. Yung ibig sabihin, yung paulit-ulit na exposure sa certain substance na dumidikit sa balat. Halimbawa, fragrance, preservatives, yung mga hair cosmetics, no? Lavender oil, at saka yung ilang-ilang oil, no? Kaya yung mga ilang-ilang natin na niluluto pa natin, yung pinapahid sa mukha, pwede mag-deposit ito ng pigment sa ating balat. So, nagkakaroon ka nito kapag ikaw ay lagi naka-expose sa the same substance na lagi mong pinapahid sa mukha, unti-unti habang tumatagal, habang ginagamit mo, nagkakaroon ka ng Riehl's melanosis. Ngayon, may isa pa tayo yung tinatawag na LPP. Ito naman isang uri ng autoimmune disease. This is a type of skin problem wherein the inflammatory cells in our system attacks an unknown protein in our skin and mucous membranes. No? Kaya it can manifest in some exposed areas. The face, the neck, the upper limbs, the flexural folds, like the groin and the axillary area. That could be due to hypothyroidism, hepatitis C virus, vaccines, at saka yung mga drugs na for arthritis and for high blood pressure pwedeng mag-induce nito. And of course, yung mga henna tattoos, no? Pwede rin ito. At some patients with LPP or lichen planus pigmentation, some of them will resolve, no? After 2 years or maybe more. But others will persist and will stay there forever. And then we also have ashy dermatosis or erythema dyschromicum perstans, no? Ito ay very peculiar progressive macular hyperpigmentation which presents with discoloration, which is acquired and usually occurs in adults but can also occur in prepubertal children. Usually, nakakatawa nga kasi kumisan yung mga gamot na nagpo-cause din ng hyperpigmentation, pwede rin nating gamot na pwedeng isolve yung other pigmentation problems like yung erythema discronicum persistens, ginagamit natin dito yung clofazimine, isotretinoin, ruxolitinib, tapos yung mga Dapsone, no? So, clofazimine na kanina nagdadahilan ng drug-induced hyperpigmentation, pwede mo rin gamitin na gamot para sa EDP naman. And then we also have frictional dermatosis. Ang frictional dermatosis, kadalasan nakikita mo sa mga bony areas of the body. Kasi kung saan may friction, no? Kapag laging nakikis-kis, may trauma, at nauulit-ulit ito doon sa isang lugar na ito, nagkakaroon ka ng tinatawag na frictional dermatosis. And then, we also have horis nevus. Itong horis nevus, talagang kumisan napakahirap nito. Kahit na kaming mga dermatologists nahirapan eh. Pero makikita mo ang horis nevus, may pagka-bluish discoloration. Ang melasma, brownish talaga siya, no? Brownish o kaya grayish. Tapos ang horis nevus, well, nevus nga siya, so birthmark siya, iba sa melasma. Iba yung kanilang positive factor, iba yung kanilang trigger. Malalaman mo lang kung horis nevus ito o kaya melasma through skin biopsy. So, ito yung mga sinasabi natin na mga iba pang dahilan ng pagkakaroon ng mga pigmentary problems sa face, no? So, hindi lamang parating pekas, parating ayun na lang yung diagnosis ng iba kasi nga they do not know the other probable cause. In fact, even endocrine problems can also cause hyperpigmentation on the face, no? And there are actually so many other hyperpigmentation problems that we can discuss, but ito na yung pinaka-most common at yung mas nakikita natin. Yung mga ina-advertise ngayon sa YouTube na yung nakikita natin, pinapahid lang ng cotton tip applicator na pag pinahid mo, tanggal na. Huwag naman po kayong maniniwala sa mga ganong advertisement kasi they are not true. In fact, kami nga kasi hirap na kami gamutin eh. So, yun, tatanggalin mo, pinapahid mo lang ng cotton buds, may apply kang tapos papahid. That's not true, no? Talagang very fake yung kanilang advertisement na yun. So, for any more questions that you want to know or you want to ask about, you can get in touch with me through my numbers. And also, please like, follow, and share my account.